Hi, McKenzie. How you doing? All right. Got your ad up here. I was reading through your writing. Um, I have some suggestions for placement. As you mentioned that, let me see. I think you had mentioned that. Oh, you struggle with the placement of a few things. We'll address that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ad. I'm going to have to scroll a little bit. Actually, I think I can. Let's just download that PNG, and then we can reduce that and fit that in the window. Okay, looking great, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. The background image is really dramatic, and I think the concept is fantastic. Kick off your shoes with the wedding and the wedding shoes. It's really a good concept. I think it's really clever, and I think that you're handling things quite beautifully. You're showing excellent proficiency in your image adjustments, as we can clearly see with this beautiful background image. Almost silhouette, but you're showing enough detail here that it's not a silhouette. So I think that was a really interesting choice. They're in the surf with no shoes, which kind of points to, kick your shoes off. And they're wedding shoes, so it's pointing to honeymoon. So I think conceptually you're really tight, very solid. I'm feeling you when you say you're struggling with placement. And I think the main issue that I'm having here is with the text. What I would recommend is this. Okay, you've got this stroke around the text. You don't want to do that. And the reason is because it kind of impedes the readability. It changes the shapes of the letters. So I would just use the white letters. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're using, for the headline, you're using Arial bold. Okay, and then for the subhead, you're using Arial bold italic. I think, and then Arial regular for the body copy. Now, what I would recommend doing is this, and I'm going to use the examples in the announcements area. We'll go ahead and take a look at those and take a look at this configure. These are all gorgeous examples. You have to admit they're beautiful. And I think each one really follows this general formula, minimalism, this minimal formula. Really, the simplicity of these ads are their strength. And the hierarchy is excellent. Everything in all of these ads. That's why I picked these ads for examples, is because I think they're just done wonderfully. Let's take a look at this one, for example. And I want you to take a look at your ad, compare it to this one, and see how you take your ad and fit in, instead of this really long headline, and then this kind of subhead, really long subhead. I would like you to try to condense your headline and place it up here. Okay. Then I would like to see so the configuration would be this. You would have headline, subhead, then body copy. And then the bottom, you can have your location and your logo. In your particular case, you have the logo up top because presumably there's not a lot of room down here for the logo. So I perfectly understand that. So up top for the logo is just fine. It seems to be a little cramped here with the address and the shoes. I would span the address along the bottom, and you can really reduce the type size here. It doesn't have to be very big at all. Just span that address and the contact information right there. And then try to reword this, or reconfigure this so you have headline, subhead, and then body copy. It's a beautiful spot right there for body copy. This image is suited perfectly for type, because of the fact that white type is going to show up on here beautifully. So don't forget, so a headline is an Arial bold. Subhead would be an Arial bold italic. Body copy would be in regular Arial. So what you want to do is you just kind of want to figure out how you can reword all of this information into a headline, a subhead, and then this body copy. Okay, and that's what I would like to do. I think you're going to be really surprised at how beautiful this ad is going to be once you get that kind of typographic configuration in place. The other recommendation is to reduce the size of the logo. I think the logo is really gathering too much attention up there. I think maybe about, watch my cursor, or something like this on the logo placement, just a little smaller. Okay, so try those changes. I'd like to see those changes reflected in your final submission when that time comes. And if you want to make those changes and show me and have me comment on it, I'm more than happy to do that. You can just repost here or shoot me an email, or just let me know whatever works for you works for me, and I'll be sure to get a nice, good, solid, complete critique when you go ahead and make those changes. Okay, all right. But I mean, you're showing excellent technical proficiency, and that's the important part. So so good job there, and let's just start working on the composition and the basic layout itself, page mechanics, and I think you're going to be very pleased. All right, again, any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Thank you very much.